Hello, I'm Dr. Victoria Sarvati, and you're watching Candid Gems. These are small little snippets of truth from the Hebraic time period of Yeshua. So we're going to talk today about the fields are white unto harvest. Yeshua uses these words in John 4, and if you go back to read the entire chapter, you get the context of what he was talking about. But it's actually used as an idiom, and if you don't understand Hebraicism, you might miss it. You see, what happened was he was in Samaria, and he was talking to the Samaritan woman at the well, and he asked her to get him a drink of water. But there was nothing to get him a drink with. And so he started talking to the woman about how he is the living water, and that no man will thirst if they drink of his water. And she wanted this water. And he says, well, go get your husband. And she says, I have no husband. He goes, that's right, because you have 7. She says, wow, you must be a prophet. And of course, Yeshua went ahead and talked to her more about this water and to go into to others and tell more about him. And so she went into the village to go and tell the people about this prophet that she had met. And as they were coming down, Yeshua was with his disciples, and he was discussing with them about a time period when the fields are white unto harvest. And he says, yet 4 months and you will say, which means it wasn't time for the harvest yet. He says, but I say to you that the fields are even white for harvest even now. What was he talking about? You can imagine, as he looked up from below to this Samaritan village, the people were coming down in hordes, really, in multitudes, coming down the mountain to meet him, because this woman was so excited about this prophet that she met. Of course, she even said, you know, there's one that's coming that's called the Messiah. And he says, well, I am he. And then, of course, this spurred on so much excitement that the people wanted to come and meet more than the prophet. But could this actually be the Messiah? And so as they were coming down this mountain, Yeshua looks up and he says, the fields are already ready, already white unto harvest. You see, the people were wearing talits, and it was common in that time period to cover your head with a white cloth, and they wore white linen. So as these people were coming down the mountain, there was the white against the contrast of the mountain, against the contrast of the yellow fields. And this is what he was talking about, the souls of man, the harvest of man. This is what Yeshua is looking for. And when we enter into this season right now, which is the Feast of Shavuot, the Feast of Weeks, it's actually offering ourselves up as that grain offering and going and gathering in the sheaves, gathering more of this wheat, if you will, and as unto the Father, so it can be waved before him as an offering. The people coming down the mountain were the harvest. Why don't you go out there and find those people who are also wanting to know who the Messiah is, and go ahead and gather these harvested souls for the Lord. God bless you, and shalom.